Hello and welcome to this Trusted Partnership interview series. My name is James Murray. I'm the Product Marketing Lead for Microsoft Advertising, and I'm delighted to have with me today Phoebe Holford from MABO, who's the PPC account manager there. Phoebe, we've got some really interesting things to talk around sort of trust and client partnership today, but I was wondering if you could start by maybe giving a short overview of your role and who MABO are as an advertising agency.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me. So I'm Phoebe Holford. Like I said, I'm a PPC team manager at MABO. MABO are a digital marketing agency, predominantly based in Middlesbrough, but we also have an office in Glasgow. It was set up 7 years ago by our MD, Lee Mabelson, and we've since grown to just over 50 staff members. We want to be the biggest and the best PPC agency in the UK, and we predominantly work with clients on their Google Ads and Microsoft Advertising accounts.
Fantastic. So one of the things that I know is different about your agency is the way that you think about the relationship between agency and client. And so I'd love if you could just expound a little bit about the philosophy that you take with the way that you approach the relationship that you have with clients.
Yeah, sure. So I'd say trust is a major thing for us. Like I referred back to our MD, Lee, he actually, when he set up the agency, he realized that the digital marketing industry as a whole had a bit of a bad reputation. A lot of small to medium businesses were highly skeptical of these agencies, and they found it a very stressful time. They obviously had marketing budgets that were vital to the success of their business, and they were quite precious about that. So what he did to combat that was he set up an agency where he had no contracts. So he basically had to prove himself month on month and get the results the clients were after. And so we've continued in that model. 7 years on, we still won't tie any clients into a contract. So if they could technically all leave overnight, they don't. But yeah, we have to prove ourselves month on month. And if we don't, then we might lose all of our clients.
And so at the time of recording, we're in the middle of June here. We're still in the middle of the COVID sort of lockdown. You've just said that this could be, at times when marketing budgets are probably tightening, clients could leave you at any time, but they don't. So I'd love if you could just talk a little bit about, your experience as an agency of what's happened over the last couple of months.
Yeah, sure. So we typically have a retention rate of about 97%. So 97%. And at the minute, at time of recording in May, we had a retention rate was actually 99.6%. And what we found is that actually, while times are difficult, it actually makes sense to keep hold of the things that are valuable to your business. So a lot of our clients see us as almost an addition to their business, a very integral part, and we're actually adding value to their business. So they're not willing to part with that, especially if things are difficult, like in COVID-19. So because of the way we work with clients, and it's almost more of a partnership, they see us as a very valuable asset to their business. I think the way we approach budgets and sort of getting results is we treat that money as if it's almost our money, and you're not going to make decisions on that if you don't think that's actually going to drive revenue and value to someone's business. So yeah, working with small to medium businesses, I think we need that element of trust, and they very much trust us to get those results, and that's why they're not willing to part with us. Or actually, it makes sense to keep hold of us during COVID-19.
Yeah, and you're not, you're not like an exposed or disposable so third party. You are an extension of their team, and because you've been there and that you have that sort of trusted relationship, they rely on your expertise. But I know that you help educate clients as well, so that you're jointly making those decisions rather than them pushing off the decisions solely for you to make.
Yes, so I think if some clients have got experiences of agencies that use a lot of jargon, or there might be a bit of smoke and mirrors, I think we have very much the approach of we need to teach you a little bit about PPC so you understand the decisions that we're making and the suggestions that we're making. So we think it's best to keep clients very much informed and to teach them as much about PPC as possible so they understand the work that we're doing, because we can't necessarily prove that we're doing good work if they don't understand or appreciate that work. So we do a lot of webinars for clients. We have client conference. A lot of our calls with clients are very much focused on letting them know exactly what's going on and not necessarily keeping them in the dark.
I love that. And I know that also one of the focus, not for just for your agency being sort of your clients, but that you're also doing a lot of work locally in the north of the UK. So I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about what that means for you as an agency.
Yeah, so like you said, we're based in Middlesbrough, so that's historically had a lot of decline, a loss of industry that was vital to the local economy. One of the focuses in Teesside at the minute is the digital sector and how we can encourage growth in our region through that. We do a lot of outreach programs with the local colleges, schools, and the local universities. We have quite strong partnerships with them. We've actually hired a few members of staff directly in collaboration with the university, and we do events. I think there's been a few training sessions with the local college. So yeah, we're very much pushing to grow that sector in our industry. We also tend to overhire as an agency. We want our staff to be fully trained, so we're always going to have more staff and get them fully trained up, rather than sort of take on clients that we can't necessarily cater for.
Mm-hmm. So, we've talked a little bit about your thoughts on the unique business model that you have and how that engenders trust, and also how that then creates that partnership with the client. I particularly love the bit about your education and transparency enables you to deepen that relationship, and how this goes beyond just thinking about your clients, but also into the community and what you're doing, and how you're also reaping the benefits of that, right? By putting into the community, you're also being able to hire people in to strengthen your team. Of all of the things that we've kind of touched on, what do you think is the sort of the one takeaway for people watching this that you'd like them to go away with?
I would say that trust is an integral part of any relationship. It needs to be there to make that relationship work, whether that's agency and client or agency and staff. I think that trust, particularly with clients, it breeds creativity, and then obviously the trust we have in our staff is that they're going to do the best job, and also trusting in our local area that talent is there.
And so you touched on creativity, because I think that's really interesting. So what is it about that foundation of trust that enables that creativity that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do?
I think if you start agency client relationship on that foundation of trust, then it provides an open space where creativity can breed quite easily. You feel like there's an open forum to have an impact on strategy, and actually it gets the best out of both the account manager and the business.
Amazing. Phoebe, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you on the next Trusted Partnership interview. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.